Welcome to the AHRQ Data Tools website at datatools.ahrq.gov, brought to you by the Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality. In this video, you'll explore the NHQDR Data Query tool. This tool, using data from AHRQ's National Healthcare Quality and Disparities Report, can help you find answers to your questions about healthcare quality and disparities. For instance, you can use it to discover national and state trends for treatment and care for specific conditions like hypertension and diabetes, or to learn about differences in healthcare quality experienced by different racial and ethnic groups. Before we get started, please keep in mind the data in this video are for demonstration purposes and might not be up to date. To access the NHQDR Data Tools, select the NHQDR card from the AHRQ Data Tools website homepage. After you select this card, you'll be taken to a landing page with 4 new cards. They are National, State, Data Query, and Special Emphasis. To access the Data Query tool, select the Data Query card. Let's start our tour by getting familiar with the options in the tool. You can use the National Trends option to explore trend data and graphs. Next, with the National Categories option, you can compare healthcare quality trends between various groups in the United States, like age groups, race, or ethnicity. Next, the National Disparities option allows you to compare different population groups using 2 categories, such as age and race. If you are interested in healthcare quality in your state, select the State Trends or State Categories options. While this video will focus on national options, most of the functionality we'll learn about in national options also can apply to the state options. So, let's take a closer look at how the National Trends option works. In our first example, let's search for data related to national trends in preventive care for cardiovascular disease. The optional priority area and section filters will help you narrow down the list of measures. First, let's clear the default priority area filter options by unselecting all. Clicking the box next to each of the priority areas will select or unselect that option. To learn more about the priority area options, scroll down the page to the Notes section. These notes help you find information on the types of measures that are included in each priority area. By expanding the Effective Treatment Priority Area note, we can read about the measures included in that priority area. After reading the note and deciding this is the priority area we want, let's select Effectiveness of Care as a filter under Priority Area. Next, the section options are filtered based on the selection for priority area. For measures related to cardiovascular disease, unselect all to clear the default, then select cardiovascular disease. Now let's choose a measure to graph: adults with hypertension whose blood pressure is under control. This creates a line graph showing the percent of adults with hypertension whose blood pressure is under control. This graph shows data from 2004 to March 2020 with an upward trend from 2004 to 2016. In this example, it's worth noting that the years in the data table and graph show the end of a 4-year range. For example, the starting point, 2004, stands for the period from 2001 to 2004. The data table below the graph shows the actual national total percentages associated with the data points on the graph. To get more information on abbreviations which might be displayed in the data table, such as DNC, DSU, and DNA, you can visit the footnotes under the data table. You can download the data shown in the data table by clicking the Download Data button below the filters. When you open the file downloaded, you'll find the data displayed in the table along with supplemental information like the measure source and specifications. Next, suppose you are interested in national trends for measures related to diabetes care. This time, try searching through the entire list of measures instead of using the optional priority area and section filters. If you are uncertain about what to select for the priority area and section, you can select all in those filters, and all available measures will be listed in the measure filter. First, let's change the priority area filter to all. Next, change the section filter to all. Now, select the measure filter text box. When the white text box appears, we can search through the list of measures by entering text directly in the dropdown. To search for diabetes measures, let's start typing the word diabetes. The measures update to show only those measures matching the text as you are typing. Now, let's select the measure, kidney failure due to diabetes among people with diabetes. The graph changes to show an upward trend line with a high in 2018. The table below changes to display rates related to the measure. Let's continue our tour of this tool by selecting the National Categories option. With this option, you can review measured trend data by different categories, including gender, age, race, or ethnicity. Let's try this by graphing the rates of kidney failure due to diabetes among people with diabetes by race. To begin, you will need to update the category filter to race. The graph changes to show a line for each race, and the data table shows measure rate data by race. With that, you easily can compare the various racial groups for the given measure. Next on our tour, let's select the National Disparities option. This option enables you to graph and analyze healthcare disparities data using two categories for the most recent year. Let's start by graphing a diabetes care measure related to hemoglobin A1C with data by sex and race/ethnicity. To search in national disparities, you can use the optional filter's priority area and section, or type a keyword into the Measure Filter text box. Let's go directly to the Measure Filter and type the text A1C into the text box. We will select adults age 40 and over with diagnosed diabetes with hemoglobin A1C more than 9%, poor control, from the list, so we can make a comparison by sex and race/ethnicity. Note that the graph isn't populating yet because we still need to select categories for comparison. Let's select Category 1 as sex. In this case, there is only one choice for Category 1. However, other measures may have more filter options. For Category 2, we'll select race/ethnicity. The data table and graph now display a bar graph with percentages for total, female, and male by race and ethnicity. This concludes our tour exploring the NHQDR data query tool, and we thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Visit datatools.ahrq.gov to find more videos about the AHRQ data tools and start exploring today.